Yes, sir. Yeah, make sure you don't bump that. Hey, Siri, set timer for 29 minutes.
All right, I'm going to let you start off the podcast because...
Yo, we are here now with Brandon and Joe. I'm Joe.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is Here Now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's
podcast
go.
Podcast 3.
Episode numero 3.
Well, let's get into the idea of your hats.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at your brand new hats that you got in, or the white style of it.
Yeah. So,
what's the inspiration behind the support your local?
So the hat is support your friends while they're still here.
I already fucked that up.
No. Support your friends while they're still here. Dude, basically it came to me. So last year we had a couple friends that passed away, you know, and one was like a brother to us, and he supported everything that I did with VSA. Like he copped everything without asking for any discounts or anything. And then another friend, OG Jamie, rest in peace. He
was an artist,
a talented artist. And when he passed away, dude, I was in shock. You know, it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm still so thankful I got a piece.
Yeah, man. So that was the thing, is that I never got one while he was here. Like I never paid for a piece. And as soon as he passed away, I was like, fuck, man, I wanna get one. You know, where can I find one? And then it clicked in my head, like, damn, we need to support our friends while they're still here, because, you know, death is inevitable and it's gonna come to all of us. You know, I don't want to start off like super negative, but it's a real thing. You know, we have a limited amount of time here, and we forget that though. We get caught up in like everyday life, and we forget that, you know, there's gonna be an end,
right?
And sometimes it happens unexpectedly. So it's important, like, if you think somebody is doing something dope, to reach out, let them know that they're doing something dope, and if you can, support them. And support comes in many ways, like whether it's purchasing something, a like, a share, you know, just talking about what your friend's doing, like spreading the word is support, you know?
Even encouraging people.
Yeah.
Instead of like talking shit on your friends' endeavors, support them, you know?
Yeah, man, and support. Dude, there's been so many times where I've thought about giving up. Like, dude, I was like, man, like, I would just be down in the dumps, like, not making any sales, you know, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I start feeling like that, somebody will buy something or reach out and be like, dude, what you're doing is dope, keep doing it, and it gets me fired up again.
Right.
So it's like you might not think what you do, like what you reach out and tell somebody, is going to have a lot of impact, but a lot of times it can, and it could like really save somebody, and it could save somebody's like business, you know, like somebody might be on the verge of giving up right now, and you reaching out to them, telling them keep it up, it's dope, could spark that little fire, you know, because that's what happened to me. Like, seriously, dude, like there's been a lot of times where I'm like, man, like just questioning if it was still worth it, like all the money I'm putting into this, you know, is it worth it? And luckily I love doing it, like I love VSA, so I'm not even doing it for like any type of financial gain. But it still gets stressful, you know. There's still things that, like, man, I shouldn't have did this, or I should have did this,
right?
Because it is money. Money is involved, you know. So you gotta, it is a factor of it.
It's all trial and error.
Yeah.
Even with this podcast, I mean, we're learning as we go.
Well, dude, that's the thing too. Is like we don't even know who's listening to this podcast right now, but the fact that we've already had some people reaching out to us, telling us like, "Yo, you guys are killing it," means everything to us.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I tell everybody I'm surprised people are actually listening, and we're actually getting a lot of good feedback. So it's great. We fucking love you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate the fuck out of that, because, you know, somebody could listen to it and they don't have to reach out to us. You know, like they can just listen to it and then go on about their day. But the fact that a couple people have reached out to us
makes us want to keep going.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah, big time. It's like I said, it's adding fuel to the fire. Like it makes us realize that we're doing something.
Right.
You know, like we're actually, like, people are listening. You know, people are we're touching people's souls. You know, like, and that's a good feeling to know.
Yeah, let's talk about like why we started this podcast. Yeah. Like, because if you know us, if you're around us and we get together, we kind of get in our own little world and kind of drift off in our own conversations. And our conversations last 2 hours. Yeah. Every time we would meet up, we would have like a very introspective conversation that would last over 2 hours. We're like, damn, why didn't we record that?
Yeah, I feel like it was so much to the point where people would get pissed at us.
Oh, people still get pissed.
Yeah.
My
dude,
girl.
our girls, mom's mentioned it. Yeah. Like, because we just, I don't know what it is, dude. It's like, we just, when we're around each other, we just like get on this like wavelength and we just boom, boom, boom. Like,
bounce right
yeah,
off
like
each
our
other.
thoughts are just like intertwining. And, yeah, so I specifically remember like the instance that made me want to like that just made it to where I was like, yeah, we need to do a podcast, is because the last time or one time we were at mom's house and our sister was over and me and you had just talked for like 2 hours and then you left. And then the next day or whatever, I was at work driving around and I was, caffeinated, listening to podcasts or whatever, just super hyped. And then I was like, yeah, we need to do a podcast. Like, we need to, because every time we get together, we do a podcast. Right. We do a 2-hour podcast every time. We never recorded it. And a long time ago, we thought about doing it, but...
We tried.
Yeah, we tried. Well, we sat down and we used our phone.
Fucked off, basically.
Well, we used like a voice memo thing. We're like, let's just see what would happen. And we just talked about dumb shit. But, yeah, I think because we're on the same wavelength that... And it also helps to like get it all out on the podcast, because we would spend hours just talking, whether it's on the phone, even if we got on the phone together. So now we have like a day, like, all right, let's just get it all out right now,
Well, let's dive into this, because the War of Art kind of talks about resistance, and we didn't really resist starting this. It all was just about doing it. Yeah. Like we said, let's start a podcast. Let's do it on Saturday. Next Saturday, we fucking did it. Yeah. We didn't drop the first one because we didn't really know what we were doing. But the fact that we got started evolved into the third podcast.
Yeah. Which that first podcast is going to be fun to... I haven't listened to it again yet. So it's going to be fun to listen to in like a couple weeks or whatever,
Yeah, how do we did it with one mic too, didn't we?
One mic, and it's just real shitty. And that'll be a fun one to put out. Because I don't remember even what we talked about.
Right. It was a good podcast, though. I remember that.
Yeah. But back to... so we just did it. Yeah, we literally... I called you, and we talked on the phone for a little bit. And we're like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. And then because I think what inspired us to do it like on a specific day was when we would meet up with
Sunday night rides.
Sunday night rides, because it held us like, it gave us like, no, I can't do Sundays. That's my time to ride with the homies.
Because this honestly wouldn't work out the way it is if we just did it sporadically.
Yeah, we're just like, hey, you want to? Yeah, it wouldn't.
Like, just come over. Let's do it today. Yeah. It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, let's do it every Saturday. Every Saturday we both are free, and we can meet up early as 10. We can meet up in the mornings, and then so we set that day. We're like, every Saturday we'll start this Saturday, and we'll just do it, and we'll see what happens. Because we both have the problem of overthinking. Like, we used to do that with music. We would overthink it and sit. Like, I have music from 2014 that I still have never put out. And because I overthought it. I was like, man, the production, blah, blah, blah. And I'm
the same way. I mean, I got 40s plus songs that I could drop
too,
that
like super fire
I don't release. Because my thing of it is like, in my head, I try to compete with the Kendricks, industry people that have professional quality. Yeah. Yeah. And by me not dropping it, I'm not, if I were to release music every Friday, my music would get better and better and better. But the fact that I'm not releasing shit, I'm not learning as I go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you set a day to release music, you would hold yourself accountable and you would do it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with this podcast. So that's what we did. Yeah. So we said, all right, Saturday.
Yeah.
And then the first time we set up, we had these mics, but we didn't have a cord, right?
Right.
So we only had one mic and we set it up and obviously it sounded like trash, but we found that out through doing it.
Yeah.
And then same with the video. Last week we did record it, but the angles were off. Like the camera's fucked up and we had everything. So we did it, but it wasn't to where we're going to put it out. Yeah. So you learn every time you do something, you learn, Yeah. And that's the important thing of just do it. Just fucking do it because you're going to learn eventually. Like you're going to learn.
That's the only way to learn. Yeah. A big part of resistance is waiting until everything's perfect or saying like, because it's kind of, you could have fear starting a podcast because you're putting yourself out there. Mm-hmm. So if we had that mentality, like, I'm just not ready yet, we would never start. Yeah. Because there's never a perfect time to do anything. But as you start, you get more confident. It becomes easier and easier. Well, it's still kind of hard, Like, I feel like I start off these podcasts fucking up my words. I just did this podcast. I did it last podcast. Yeah. It's just all trial and error.
Because this is not natural. Like, this, to me, is not natural. No. Like, talking to a microphone with cameras recording. Like people are going to see this. It's not normal. And I get nervous, dude. I actually, like, even though it's just conversations with me and you, I still get, like, I'm like, all right, here we go. Yeah. Like, I always have that feeling of, like, fuck, I don't know what to talk about. Yeah. But then as soon as we get going, it's always like, boom, boom. We always...
It gains momentum.
Momentum. It's like a ball rolling. Yeah.
Always at first. Yeah. But, 10 podcasts from now, I think it's just going to become more smoother and smoother.
Everything will.
Like I can't wait to watch these podcasts a year from now.
Oh, yeah,
just to see the progression.
Like, even the setup that we have, like, this setup's going to be better. Like, everything evolves. Yeah. Everything evolves.
But the most important thing is just
doing it. Yeah, because look at this. We don't have, like, some fancy setup, dude. No. Like, we literally just hung up two what are these? Tapestries. Yeah. We got fucking... different chairs, like we're just starting. Yeah. So
we're utilizing everything that we have.
Yeah, it's gonna evolve. It's gonna evolve. It's inevitable that things evolve. That's human nature. That's life itself. Everything evolves, and even deeper than that, it all like think about this. Everything you do starts with an idea. Right. An idea evolves. And then that evolves, and then eventually it becomes it transmutes into a physical form, and then that physical form evolves into the higher form of it. But dude, so this is something I want to talk about too. So I've been looking for a house recently. Yep. And more importantly than a house, I've been looking for a multifamily property, because a year ago a coworker told me, and I had no idea about this. I never even thought about this. I always just pictured in my head just getting a single family house, struggling probably. But yeah. And my coworker told me, he's like, dude, if I was your age again and I could start over, I would buy a multifamily property, live in one side and rent out the other, and live for free. Yeah. Or as cheap as possible. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? That makes so much sense. So this was a year ago. He told me this idea. He planted this seed in my head. And at that time, I was like, there's no way. I can't afford anything right now, blah, blah, blah. But I kept looking at houses just to see. And then he even gave me this like formula to plug in numbers and see what would be worth it, like what would be profitable. So I was like just playing around with that. I'd find a house on Zillow or whatever and plug in the numbers. Okay, that house would be, whatever. And then sometime this year, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to see what I could get approved for. Like, what's the harm in that? What's the harm in just seeing how much I could afford? Right. So I reached out to our cousin, who is a lender, and he got me an application going. I filled everything out. Boom. Now I'm approved for this specific amount. Like, oh, okay, cool. So this is my price range now. So now I can actually start looking and be like legit, because most people selling a house want you to have a pre-approval before you go find a house. It's just common sense. You don't want to waste anybody's time. So, so I'm like, all right, cool. Now what do I need to do? Okay, I need to find somebody that can help me find houses. So I reached out to our cousins who were real estate agents, and I started working with them for a little bit. it's important to find people that are doing what you want to do, right? So I want to be an investor, so I needed to really find an investor-friendly real estate agent, somebody that has background in investing that can guide me. So 2 real estate agents later, I found this guy, and shout out to Nick. Yeah. Agent Nick is what I call him. But yeah, so I'm working with him now, and he taught me about how I can use potential rent to afford something even nicer or afford a little bit more. We got a little carried away, and we were looking at houses way above our price range. And then I found out actually just right before this podcast that I actually can't afford as high as I had thought. So now we're back to, looking at a little bit of a lower price range. But yeah, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Yeah. And I know you're getting on board with that too now. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense. And, you always hear horror stories about rental properties and stuff like that. But in my mind, dude, most rich people invest in real estate. Yeah. Either that or stocks. But reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, they're both good, but real estate's better because there's so many.
More of a profit margin.
Yeah, and there's so many more things you can do with real estate than you can with stocks. Yeah. Your money's going to go way further. Yeah. But yeah, so that's like, hopefully more people watching this can hear me saying that and get inspired to like go do that. Like, go be a landlord and live for cheap as possible or potentially live for free. Yeah. Like our mortgage, the houses we buy are probably the biggest payment in our entire life that we're going to make. Yeah. Yeah. So you might as well. Dude, Rich Dad Poor Dad says this. He says, if you're going to take on big debt, the only good debt is debt that other people pay for. Yeah. Other people's money, OPM, So, yeah, so I'm in that process right now. So give me good vibes, everybody. Send me vibes through the audio waves.
That's exciting because a lot of people, when they're going to buy a house, it's for comfort. Mm-hmm. And you have to sacrifice that comfort.
Yeah, in some way or another. Yeah. I mean, even being a landlord is going to be uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So everything has pros and cons.
Yeah, because, my mentality was, like, I would have liked to have a house just to be comfortable in, to set up a studio in. But you can't have that mentality because that house will never really make you money that you want long-term view. Yeah. So by getting a duplex, that is just, you're right, it's just the only move that makes sense.
Yeah, and like a lot of people confuse like what an asset really is. And
a lot of people think their house is an asset.
Yeah, and the only time your house is an asset is when you go to sell it for more money. And this is all Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is where I got this information, but he said an asset is anything that puts money into your pocket, and a liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. And when I think about a house, like a lot of people would say, yeah, that's an asset. But in my mind, it's like, well, it's taking money out of my pocket every single month. And even if I paid it off, it's still taking money out of my pocket because of taxes. Yeah.
And you can't count on selling it and making money because you can't control the market.
Yeah, you never know what the market's going to do.
Because in 2007 or 2008,
everything crashed.
Everything crashed, and there's still houses that haven't valued up. Yeah. Even from then, in 2017. And 10 years later, a lot of houses haven't went up in value.
Yeah, so it's like, why would you rely on only one door? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you rely on only one door? Like, say, even if I bought a house and rented it out, that's only one person that I have to rely on to pay me each month. Yeah. But a duplex, a triplex, a fourplex, that's more people that I can rely on. Yeah. Like, if this person doesn't pay his rent, well, at least this person has a chance of paying it. I'm relying on, I have a better chance of getting paid when you rely on more doors.
When I had my own house, I was renting it out for a while. And, first of all, I wasn't making that much money off it. I was probably making maybe $200 a month off that rent.
Yeah, but that's good, though, because...
It's good because they were paying down my mortgage.
And you were profiting off it.
And I was profiting off it. And I didn't have to live there, because I wanted to live in the city. I didn't want to have to live in Moscow Mills anymore. Yeah. The problem was I only had one door, and they didn't pay me for 3 months. Yeah. And me being the guy that I am, it was hard to kick her out because she was a single mom and had kids. Yeah. But 3 months, that could put a dent in your bank account.
Yeah,
which it did.
But that is you, like, so first off, at least you got a taste of real estate.
Yeah.
You know, that's a huge thing.
I learned a lot too.
Yeah.
I most definitely
second
did.
off, that wasn't even you, like, prepared for all that. That was just all happened on a whim, you know? Like, you weren't planning on renting it out. You were actually probably planning on living there for a while, ever, maybe.
Yeah.
And so that all just kind of happened.
Yeah.
And that's good. Like, you just did it, you know? Like, you just went for it, and it worked out.
I mean, I winded up selling the house and making $40,000 off of it.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't even, like, your intention. Like, you literally just bought a house, brand new, you know, built it. You built a house, and then, like, you didn't know you were going to make $40,000.
Yeah.
But now, if you come calculated and you're like, all right, this area, like, think about how much you can make if you actually are like, I'm going to invest. I'm going to become an investor.
The only smart decision I made out of that house was picking the right location. Because I knew Lincoln County is growing.
Yeah. Well, especially that area, Moscow Mills.
Yeah, because I could have bought a house in fucking St. Charles, and I definitely probably would not have made $40,000
if
I were to sell the house. So, but yeah, all that shit was off accident.
Yeah.
You know, that was just like God looking out for me, you know, but yeah, none of that was pre-planned. So next round of getting into the real estate business, I'm going to come a lot more prepared.
Yeah.
And you're kind of ahead of me in that, so I'll be even learning off of you.
Yeah.
The mistakes you make.
Yeah, and that's what's awesome, dude, is because now I finally get to be the one that's the guinea pig, you know? Because you, all these years, like, to be honest, you buying that single-family house and you know, like, you know...
I struggled, bro.
Yeah, the struggle. Like, the struggle kind of showed me,
years.
like, okay, that's not what I want. You know, I don't want to struggle like that.
Yeah, and that made me realize that's not what I want either.
Yeah, so now I'll be the guinea pig, you know? But, so I was up until 2 in the morning last night because I'm a very optimistic person, and sometimes I'm almost too optimistic for my own good. Like, I'll think, like, yeah, I could easily get let's just say, throw a number out there, a $500,000 house. I could afford that.
Right.
You know, like, no, you can't. Like, no. In reality. And so, anyway, I have this, like, mindset of, like, try. Everything's worth a shot. And so after we looked at a house yesterday, me and my girl drove separately, so I drove back to the apartment, picked her up, and was like, hey, let's go look around. We're going to look for houses for lease signs. You know, we're going to go around, write all those numbers down, and I'm going to reach out to them and see if they'd be willing to sell.
Wait, where were you going?
This is on Del Mar, yeah.
Okay.
So it's off of specifically Tulane. There's like basically right off Del Mar. And because I love that area, but now, you know, I just heard the news that I can't afford that. But it is what it is, you know. Eventually.
You'll work up to it.
Yeah. It's all, you know, this is just a start. And so anyway, last night, so I wrote down all these numbers, and at like 8 o'clock last night, I was calling these people and asking if they'd be willing to sell instead of leasing. And 6 people didn't answer, just left a voicemail. One lady, this older lady, answered. She said she's not looking to sell, but I had her take down my information just in case, you know.
Right.
And then another dude answered. He's like this old dude. He's like, he basically just said, this is inappropriate. It's the weekend, and hung up.
He for real said that.
Yeah. So that's what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna get rejections.
It was also 8 p.m., bro.
Yeah, it was 8 p.m. and a Friday night, and
late.
he's probably lit.
Oh yeah, he's probably
he's probably like, this is his time to drink and shit.
See, I sound fucking old. I said, yeah, it's 8 p.m. It's getting kind of late.
Well, yeah, it was. It did feel late too, cause whatever. But yeah, man. So I'm going to try this now. And this is what I was up until 2 a.m. last night doing. Before I knew what I could afford. But still, I might try.
Yeah.
Because fuck it, you never know. And so I was writing down. I went down the whole street, wrote down every address of a duplex, and typed up this letter. And what I was planning to do is send out a letter to all these houses. None of these houses are for sale, keep in mind. None of them are listed for sale. But I'm still going to try to reach out to them and see if they'd be willing. Because you reach out to 100 people, one person's going to say yes. You know, like, it's the same thing with Instagram. Like, I have leveraged Instagram to where I reach out to people and maybe 1 or 2 people respond. But, you know, like, that's all it takes sometimes.
To get sponsors?
To get sponsors, like, product photography, you know. just reaching out to companies that I actually fuck with, though. That's the key. I'm not just reaching out just to try to make some money. I'm reaching out to companies that I actually genuinely fuck with. And so you reach out, like I said, you reach out to 100 people, one person's going to say yes.
Right.
And if not, then reach out to 100 more people. You know,
Right.
200 people, your odds are pretty high, you know, that somebody's going to sell you a house or whatever it is you want. I feel like you can get.
Yeah, you just got to be persistent.
Yeah, so
and that's what I see in you about getting these houses, just by reading the text.
I'm not going to show the address or nothing, but this is my letter. My first official letter that I'm going to send out. It's got my address, their address, and a letter in it saying that I want to buy their property.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to send it out. Even though now I know what I can and can't afford, but still, it doesn't hurt to try, you know? I live by that philosophy, man. Like, just fuck it. Like, go for it. Like, you never know. Like, you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
If you don't try, dude, you'll never know unless you try.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And I think a lot of people just get in their own way, get in their own head, and they don't ever start.
Big time.
With everything, you know, because even with you with the houses, like just seeing you getting the ball rolling, because it was kind of a talk for a while, you know,
for like a year.
But
literally.
to see you actually get the ball rolling and start talking to agents and shit, you got me fired up, bro.
Yeah. And it all started with one day I was just like, let's just see what I could afford. And at that time, so I can still afford, like with a duplex, like I can still afford more than what I had originally been approved for, but I just can't afford what I thought I was going to be able to as of the last couple of days. But so like it just started with that, dude. You got a tissue?
No.
Yeah, it literally just started with that. Is like seeing what can I afford. Let's just see. You know, what's the harm? Like, yeah, they're gonna run my credit, but whatever. I'm ready to get a house anyway. Like, I don't want to stay in this apartment. But so it started with that.
That's the mindset we all got to get into, because most people don't think like that. Most people don't think in investments, especially at our age. Like, I know so many people that are 27, 28 with no credit, nothing to show for anything. You know, they just go to their 9 to 5, come home, drink, smoke, relax, go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so, credit's important. Just, there's so much shit that's important that a lot of people don't even think about, you know? Including like stocks. What are you doing?
My fucking nose.
You're just saying it.
Yeah, I know, it's on camera shit.
I'm looking over. I'm like, wait.
Very distracted.
What's he doing?
For the listeners, I'm fucking wiping my nose with my hand because I feel like there's something there. And it feels like it's like running.
Here, I gotta turn this thing on.
But yeah, I have really bad fucking allergies, and I haven't picked up my allergy medicine yet, man. It's just been sitting at CVS. And so I feel like I got snot or something there. But hey, at least it's on this side of my nose.
You know what I need to stop doing is getting so damn caffeinated before this damn podcast.
Oh yeah? Why?
Like,
it's distracting?
This shit has got me all shaky and shit.
Yeah, did you eat?
Nope. Did not eat. I'm gonna have some espresso.
Yeah, so you probably just gotta eat some shit.
That's what it is, man.
But no, we were talking about people our age, like just man, I don't know, it just depends on what you want out of life. Really. Like I know, like I want to be a millionaire. Like I want to be, like, not that I'm gonna depend on it. Like I'm a happy person, and I feel sad sometimes, but you know, overall I'm relatively happy, so I'm not going to depend on making $1 million to make me happy, but I would like to experience that, you know? Like, my whole thing is, like, I don't want to be old with regrets, you know? Like, I want to live to be old. Like, I want to live to be, like, 90, 100 years old, because to me, when I look at an old person, I think they made it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, if you're an old person, you made it. Like, you made it through life's bullshit, you know? Oh, my God, dude.
What is that? Is that an hour?
It's been 30 minutes.
Oh, that's 30 minutes.
Talk to them. Let them know that we're readjusting.
Yeah, we're readjusting the camera every 30 minutes. It shuts off, so we're trying to get the visuals. But yeah, Well, to me, life is about like mastery, you know?
Yeah.
And money's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a tool. It's a tool.
It's a tool, but it's something that we have to master, or else you're gonna struggle with it your whole life. Yeah. Just like relationships, just like your own self, self-control, discipline. There's all these areas in life that you got to try to master, you know, because you don't want to be the dad that's broke and can't help his kids out. You know, you don't want to be that guy. Yeah. You know, you don't want to be that guy that treats his wife like shit. You don't want to be that guy that is just selfish as a man, you know, getting drunk every night and not taking care of your kids correctly, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my
think about
goals.
That's your goals?
Well, yeah. Well, just like my purpose is
being a better overall person.
Yeah. And I'm constantly working on different things. Like lately I've been super focused on my goals. Mm-hmm. But I noticed that I kind of lack in my relationship. So I'm like, fuck, now I got to focus on that a little bit more, you know? Yeah. There's just constant growth in every area of your life that you need to focus on and work on. Yeah. You can't be too one-sided. Because if you're too focused on your goals and shit, everything else is going to go to shit. Yeah. Like if you don't, what is that saying? Like,
you do one thing is how you do everything.
How you do everything. Exactly. Like you half-ass it in the gym, you're probably going to half-ass it in your relationship. Mm-hmm. You're probably going to half-ass it in your diet. Yep. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been guilty of that. Like I could see that, you know.
But that's why it's important to focus on getting rich, you know, in a way.
Well, this is my whole thing actually. Not even so much $1 million, but
becoming the man.
I want to be financially free. Yeah. And I've always said that my whole life is just like, I don't want to have to worry about money because I've seen that. I've seen that with people in our life stressing about money.
I think everybody wants that.
Yeah, true that.
I just think a lot of people are scared.
And they don't know how to go after it, too. They don't know how to acquire it.
Because they want the security. Because our parents, man, like, our parents' job, you know, they want what's best for you. But if they haven't done it, they're going to be coming from a fear-based mentality. Yeah. Because they never done it. So how can they tell you to do it? Yeah. You know, they want you to play the safe bet. They want you to have the insurance and just have an income coming in. Yeah. But they don't want you to risk not having anything at all.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, I totally understand from like a parent's perspective because think about it. Like our parent, like for real estate, for example, like if I go all in on real estate, my mom doesn't want to see me having to evict a tenant or a tenant not paying and now I'm struggling because...
Or she doesn't want to see you possibly fail.
Yeah, she doesn't want to see me fail. And so the easy route is to get a job where you have to show up at 9, leave at 5, where and be there for 30 years and then retire. Yeah. Yeah, but even if you retire... Dude, if you plan on working for somebody your whole life, you will work for them your whole life, even when you retire. Because you're going to... No, this is it. This is it.
Counting on the government.
More so than that is if you want to depend on somebody else to make you money, like a regular job, you're depending on somebody else to give you money. Yeah. You're going to do that your whole life. Yep. Because once you retire, you're going to depend on Social Security. You're going to depend on, you know, your retirement plan or whatever.
Which nothing is guaranteed.
And that's not guaranteed. And in fact, by the time we're that age to where we retire, it's projected to be like 50% less or whatever. Like what Rich Dad Poor Dad says is by the time we retire, it's very possible that it could either be cut in half or non-existent at all. Like all that money that we just worked up for $1 million, say we had it in our retirement plan, could be cut in half. Yeah. And taxes, dude. Taxes are going to fuck people that depend on that shit. Yeah. So my whole thing is multiple streams of income. That's what I want is multiple streams of income. And I started realizing that after being fired from jobs. But like, man, if this is the only source of income that I rely on, I'm fucked. Because I'm not... Like, that's not my goal is to be an employee. Like, I want to be financially free. Right. And the only way to do that is to have multiple sources of revenue.
Well, even with this coronavirus shit that's happening, it made me realize, like, also to switch, like, the we're going into a different direction, especially now more so than ever. Everything's more so online. So even having a physical job you go to is not even guaranteed anymore.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, especially like depending on what field you're in, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking Amazon's taking over everything.
Right. So like for me going into personal training, I want to do it more so online. Of course I want to do it in person as well, but if I don't go online, what happens when another lockdown happens? Am I out of a job? You know, everyone has to start thinking like this shit could happen again. And most likely will happen again.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for it? And I don't think a lot of people are prepared.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
yeah, if anything...
That's why I don't want to rely on having a 9-to-5, because that can literally be cut just like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just one call on the government, your job shut down. Now you're relied on unemployment, which, first of all, doesn't feel good because it's not like money you're earning. And second of all, you're capped out at whatever they pay you. If it's $200 a week, that's what you got to live off of.
It runs out.
And
eventually that's going to run out.
Yeah. So then where are you going to go? So it's just important to start thinking like to be prepared to whatever comes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to think about it like this. Like there is enough for all right, first off, I'm going to say this. There's enough for everybody. Right. Everybody can get some of the pie.
So there is no competition.
The pie is infinite.
There is no competition.
And so, like, when people complain about not having money, it's like one person cannot make enough money their entire life in 100 lifetimes to where there would be no more money for anybody else. So there's an infinite amount of money out there because, you know, most people aren't going to get to the trillion, quadrillion, you know, so there's an infinite amount of money, quote unquote. I'm sure there's a cap, but you know what I'm saying. There's enough for everybody.
Right.
And you just got to figure out how to go out and get it.
And there's endless ways of getting it.
Yeah, there's so many ways like you would never even think, dude.
I could probably make $6,000 off of just selling shit in this room.
That you just got laying around in here that you wouldn't even use. Like there's things in here that you probably don't even use. Yeah. And I've got on that tip too, like through Gary Vee, like selling shit on eBay, man. And I've made money off it, dude. I literally would go and buy $3 pairs of pants
and then flip it.
Yeah, at these resale shops and flip it for $40.
Oh yeah.
Easy money. I mean, some things just like I got some things listed for sale right now that just aren't moving, you know. Like I bought a, you know, whatever. But so there's so many endless ways of getting money. Like it's so, and dude, what woke me up to that is I was working at Deerberg's probably like 10 years ago, and I was a maintenance guy, and maybe it wasn't Deerberg's, maybe it was anyway, I was at work listening to Headset, and I was listening to a Rogan podcast, and he had some chick on that said she's selling her shit online.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, there's literally people out here selling their shit online making money. Yeah. You can't tell me that there's not an infinite amount of ways to make money.
Right.
You know, you just got to figure out what your niche is. Like, dude,
But you got to make it work. Like, you got to master what you're doing.
Yeah. And let's go back to...
we can make money off this podcast. We just got to figure out how. You can make money off of music. You just got to figure out how. You can't just upload it to SoundCloud and expect some shit to happen. Yeah. You got to consciously put in effort to make money off of what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's trial and error. And eventually you'll know your worth, and you'll know, like, what you should be charging. And you'll know how to make the money once you start. Yeah, but it goes back to... The Art of War. Yeah, you know, like where he was talking about
The War of Art, by the way.
Oh yeah, dude, I always
2 different books.
Dyslexia. but
the amateur and professional mentality.
Yeah.
See, I like because the amateur does it straight out of love, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. I lost it in my head.
But being a professional does it out of love as well.
Yeah.
But they also accept money. They do it in a professional manner. And it's good to carry yourself like a professional, even if you may never make money off of it. Because if you think like you're going to get paid, you're going to carry yourself in a more professional, business-oriented manner.
Well, they say he says the professional does it because he loves doing it, not for the money. Like he said, but yeah, he gets paid because that's what makes a professional. But even if he wasn't getting paid, he would still do it. And
but he would do it as if he was getting paid.
Yeah.
Because that's what a professional does.
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise, like, if you're doing it just for the money, he was saying it's like prostitution.
Yeah, you're a hoe.
You're hoeing yourself out. So, yeah, you got to love what you're doing. And that goes back to, like, me reaching out to these companies is that I actually fuck with. Because I don't want to get a hollow check, you know. I don't want to get paid for something like I'm doing and supporting somebody that I don't believe in, you know. Yeah. Just for the money. Like, I would feel hollow. I would feel very shallow for that.
Yeah, know? just like with music. Like, I'm not trying to make money off of it, but if I'm going to do it, I'm going to carry myself like I am trying to make money off of it. Yeah. And I'm going to try to make money off it. I would like to get streaming money coming from.
Yeah, you have to. Otherwise, it's going to sink. Your ship is going to sink. So money is a tool that's going to keep your ship afloat. And same with VSA, dude. Like, I love making shit. And, dude, honestly, it might sound corny, but what Drake said, bro, he's like, once I'm done having fun with it, I'll be done with it. Or if I'm not having fun with it, I'll be done with it. Right. And that's 100% how I feel, too. Like, VSA and doing these clothes and doing these designs is fun to me. Like, I love doing it. Plus, I love wearing my own shit. And I love when people fuck with my shit that I make, you know?
But it wouldn't be what it is if you just did it out of love and didn't try to actually sell your products.
Oh, dude, yeah. You can tell.
Because you can make all these products and just give them away or whatever. But it wouldn't turn into what it's becoming.
Dude, there's some things that I make and I don't even make much profit on it at all because I don't want to screw people, first off. I don't want to overcharge for some things because I don't believe in that because, like I said, I don't do it for the money. So there's some things I'll make it for $20 and sell it for $25. You know, like, I don't give a fuck about... I mean, profit is always margins, good, but it's not... It's number two in line to my love for doing it. Yeah. You know, it's not about the money. It's about... And... Yeah, who knows? Like, I swear, like, I don't care how much money I'm making. If I'm not having fun doing it, I'm not going to do it. Yep. So exactly. that's my whole thing. Is like, who gives a fuck about the money?
That's why I keep going back and forth with music, though. Because sometimes I get into that business mentality of it, and it's off-putting. Dealing with promoters, shady promoters at that, and selling tickets to open up for people. It was just all discouraging.
Dude.
But I had the wrong mentality about it.
Yeah.
Because now, when I make music, it's the funnest it's ever been, but I just don't think about...
I just died.
I just don't even think about the money or making it. I just do it for the love of creating music. Yeah. With that being said, again, I still want to do it as if I'm making money off of it.
Yeah.
To be professional with it and come correct.
Fuck, dude, we're going to go longer on this podcast, so just a little bit. We still got some time, but this is a delay.
Did it die again?
The camera fucking died, so...
I'm happy we're actually getting visuals this time.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be a lot better to put on YouTube.
But, dude, as soon as I put this back on, we're going to talk about the origin of VSA, because what you said about promoters is basically how VSA came about, being a clothing company.
How it's transitioned from music to clothing?
Yeah. Fuck, man.
What's going on with that?
This is why we need somebody.
We need a Jamie. A Jamie from Rogan.
Yeah, we need somebody. We need to build a team, which, eventually will come.
Yeah. Once you get your duplex and we actually get set up a dope studio.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna happen.
But yeah, the origins of VSA. What did we start off as? Authentic Gang?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started making music. I specifically remember October 31st is when we recorded our first song of October 31st, 2011.
There we go.
We had a homie named Caleb. And I remember recording him on Halloween.
Yeah.
Off of Manuka in the basement.
All right, so this is the origin story of the clothing brand that is VSA, the clothing brand and lifestyle. So it started off as music, and we're going to go all the way back. So yes, Authentic Gang. And we came up with that because we would always wear Vans, Authentics. Yeah. That was our shit.
We were inspired by Taylor Gang, which is Wiz Khalifa shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I even went by the name Van Lou, because I always felt like back then, we had to have a rap name, and I struggled to come up with one. And eventually, I came up with Van for Vans, Lou for St. Louis, and
mine was BK, but that's what my mom still calls me to this day.
Yeah, and it evolved to B.KAE,
because it was BK, I didn't want to come off as a blood killer.
Yeah, well, we used to hang around some sketchy people and through somebody else, you know, and
they were Crips, and they questioned my name all the damn time. I'm like, come on, bro, you know me. I'm obviously not, not about it,
dude. Even when we were doing music, we've always had that mentality of just jumping in. Like, what our very first performance, we were not ready, dude.
Oh, we started rapping
3 months.
2 months. Yeah, 2 to 3 months.
And we jumped in and we were performing.
Yeah.
You know, like, we always had this mentality of just do it.
Dude, I thought we were gonna blow up the first year. To be honest, that's the mentality that we had.
Yeah, we're. I think you had that too, a little bit of overly optimistic for your own good.
Yeah.
But it's good to be like that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
even though you're set,
I get humbled.
Yeah, you set yourself up for more heartbreaks, but fuck it, you know, makes you tougher.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the origin story. So yeah, we started off as Authentic Gang. It was 4 of us. There's 4 of us.
Caleb,
me, you, Caleb, and Vegas.
Right.
Devo. Whatever.
Kid Voltron.
What's it going by now?
Kid Voltron. Remember that?
But so it started off as the 4 of us, and then eventually it just all fell apart. And we actually got into a beef with somebody else named Authentic Gang, I think, like over SoundCloud.
Yep.
So then we just started coming up with like, man, we're growing. We can't be going by Authentic Gang.
Well, it felt weird because me and Caleb went to Nelly's school. And we were doing an interview trying to get into the school. And it was hard to tell them I went by Authentic Gang.
Yeah.
Like, I was embarrassed, you know? Because Caleb was like, go ahead, go tell them what the name is. I'm like, yeah, it's Authentic Gang. And I can tell she's like, all right, well, whatever, you know? So it was just kind of it didn't feel right.
So that planted it in your head. Because let's say this, my brother is the person that came up with Vision, Strive, Achieve. You came up with that.
Right.
So is that what started it, though? Is that what it was like, man,
I just
this
wanted,
is embarrassing.
With anything I do, I want to have a greater purpose with it, you know?
Yeah.
And Vision, Strive, Achieve kind of stands for, like, manifesting your destiny, you know?
Yeah.
Manifestation.
Now, let me throw this out there just to be very, very transparent. We were very into A$AP Rocky at the time.
Right.
And we loved that. We loved that acronym of always strive and prosper. Did that come from that?
It dwelled off of that.
It was inspired.
Yeah. Well, I just liked that they represented something bigger than music.
Yeah.
Always strive and prosper. Like, that was dope as fuck to me.
Yeah.
You know? So, that's kind of where VSA came about.
Yeah.
And me and you always kind of been about manifestation.
Yeah.
So, it just fucking worked.
Oh, dude. Manifest.
Yes, sir.
But, I can't, dude, my mind is weird. Like, I remember weird details, like random shit, but, like, I can't remember when you came to me and was like, let's call it VSA.
I remember coming up with it on break at Shop and Save in the break room. And I just love the acronyms VSA because of USA, but flipping it into our own little thing.
Yeah.
How I approached everybody with it, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because I don't remember there being any resistance. I remember us talking about it.
Done, VSA,
I think we were all kind of on that page of like, man, this is corny.
Yeah.
It's time to evolve.
Yeah.
And I think I can't think of there being any hesitation. We're like, all right, that's it.
Bro, I was so dedicated with it. Like, the first year of having it, I got it tattooed on my hand. Dude, it's so impactful.
The fucking
tattooed on my chest.
Fucking homie got it on his face. And then
another
homie got it on his back, behind his ear. Yeah. So it's like, dude, it's something that people can resonate with.
You don't have to be into music. You don't have to be into anything.
Nah, that's why I'm calling it a lifestyle, man. Yeah. Like, it's not even just a clothing brand. But anyway, so we were doing stage shows. We were performing, opening up for people, doing like legit shows.
Right.
And it came to a point where we realized we were getting fucked by promoters. You know, we were getting like just railed by promoters, you know, like they're taking huge advantage of us.
Oh, yeah.
They're not respecting us. They're putting other people before us when we should have been before them.
Yeah, we would sell more tickets and then people would pay them to go ahead of us. And we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So there came a point where we're like, all right, this ain't it. Like, let's do merch. And that'll be our way of making money. And then it came to the point, it evolved into, let's just do a clothing brand and we'll use our music to promote the clothing brand. Like, let's not use the clothing brand to promote the music. Let's do it the other way around. Let's focus all in on the clothing brand.
Right.
So then, boom, it birthed that. And then 2017 came, and there was a couple times where we were butting heads. I remember that.
Yeah.
We kept butting heads like, nah, dude, we got to do this. Nah, dude, like, we're doing this. So we just, back then, we were not as, evolved as we are now. So we were not clicking. Like, it just wasn't matching up.
Yeah.
So then we went to Chipotle, and we sat down, and we talked. And what happened in that conversation? You said you wanted out.
Yeah, you do your own thing.
Yeah.
I'll do my own thing because we're butting heads.
Yeah,
It was affecting our relationship.
Yeah.
And then we kind of split ways.
Yeah.
I think, thinking back, I think a lot of it was to do with me not being patient enough. Because I just wanted to go, 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 go. You kind of had a more patient, long-term view. Did it die again? Damn.
Yeah.
Is it dead?
What the fuck, dude? How does it die that quick?
Well,
Yeah.
screw the video. We'll just...
fuck it. So the rest of this podcast is going to be audio.
Yeah.
And we'll put the video up. But anyway, yeah, so...
But
Chipotle.
yeah. So we were at Chipotle, and I was going to do my own thing called K Culture, which I'm still doing, but I
Yeah.
turned that into a personal training business. But
Yeah.
that'll be
And
another,
I specifically
that'll be another
remember...
podcast.
Dude, I remember exactly where we were. We were at that back table, and I was sitting on one side, you were sitting on the other. And I told you, I was like, dude, I believe in VSA. I'm going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Do you mind? Like, do
Yeah.
you care? You're like, no, I don't care.
Yeah, I wanted you
Yeah,
to.
you wanted to. Because
Yeah.
you had your own thing. Like you said, you had K Culture, which is still a thing now.
Yeah.
Which is a thing you've revived, let's
Yeah,
say. Because
right.
over the past couple of years, you kind of just, it wasn't on the forefront of your mind. But now it is. And tell them what K stands for real quick.
K stands for Keep Aspiring Every Day,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but
Yeah.
to aspire every day to become your best version. Because
Yeah.
we always have shit to work on. It's all about getting to the next level.
Yeah. So, all right. So I said that. I said, dude, I believe in VSA. I'm going to take it from here. We ended on good terms. We just realized we just can't work together doing this because we're just going to keep butting heads. So from 2017, it's been all me. I've been, slowly developing it from there. And it's been a process, but you're still there, dude. You still help me out. Like, you model my shit.
Right.
Like, so you're still a huge part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we still mutually, like, benefit from each other.
Oh, there was times, dude. There was times where I'm like, fuck, I fucked up. I wish I was still part of that, But I do... Sometimes, man, you can't go into partnership with family.
Yeah.
Because, like, I value our relationship way more than a business,
Yeah.
way more than money, way more than anything.
Yeah.
So, if anything's gonna negatively impact our relationship, I don't want to do it.
I agree.
I
and in
just
fact,
wanna
they
do it.
say that. They say never
Yeah.
go into business with
Yeah.
family. Because once money gets involved, everything becomes fucked up.
But
Like,
your wins are my wins. When you sell a shirt, I feel like I sold a shirt. It just,
yeah, dude.
I want to see you win just as bad as you want to see me win.
Yeah.
And like I try to buy your shit full price, when I can. Whenever I got the extra money to spend, I'll spend it with you full price.
Yeah.
It's because I want to see you win.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
technically, you would probably give me free shit.
Oh, yeah.
I know you would. You have.
Yeah.
But it's just important for me to buy to support.
Yeah.
To actually support.
Yeah, and I always appreciate that too. And I'm the type that there's more ways to pay than just monetary.
Yeah.
So like I have given people free shit in the past just because they've helped me out in ways that they don't even know.
Promotion, yeah.
Like, dude, there's people that I've given free shit to just because they've gotten me sales.
Yeah.
Like, I know these sales came from them, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna show love.
And that's
in
doing
return.
the right thing.
Yeah,
That's
and
doing the right thing.
It just feels right. Like,
Yeah.
just feels right to me. Like, I feel guilty almost if this person has done that much for me and they're still doing it. Like, I feel like, man, I gotta give back. Like, I can't just keep accepting this.
And one thing that you do that I really like, is writing notes.
Mm-hmm.
Like legit heartfelt
handwritten
notes.
Yep. Yeah, because
and I think that's a game changer.
That started this year.
Yeah.
This year, I was like, you know what? This is the year of the note.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna start like that Chinese calendar, like the year of the dog.
But it's important, man. It's important to show your appreciation to the people that support you.
Yeah, big
Hands
time.
down.
Big time.
Like anybody that shares this podcast, I'm gonna reach out and thank them.
Yeah.
You know that I'm never gonna be too big for anything.
Yeah.
Because we're not, you know, we're all fucking peers.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I want to support people more now than ever.
Yeah, this is what actually I told. So, this is recently what I told somebody too. I was like, man, there's enough for everybody to go around, and the more people that shine, the better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's light up this fucking world. You know,
Exactly.
like the more people that shine, the better, dude.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm in competition with anybody.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I want to support people that even support you.
Yeah.
Like my old barber, Backbone.
Yeah, shout out to him, dude. He's fucking.
Yeah, he's
legit.
He's
bro.
dope as fuck.
Yeah.
But my girl cuts my hair now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna always go to her because that's my girl. You know,
Yeah.
I want her to grow, and I you know, that's my girl. But at the same time, I fuck with Backbone.
Yeah.
So much that like, I want to buy his shirts. Somehow to support him. You know, which he doesn't. By the way, bro, you need to get your shirts in.
Yeah.
So I can buy some.
Yeah.
But
yeah, dude, he's somebody I was just talking about. Like, dude, that dude is, like, I can tell when, like, dude, that dude is just a genuine motherfucker. I've actually never even like met him in person, but the first time I was gonna go drop hats off to him, I FaceTimed him and talked to him for a little bit, and I could just tell like that dude is genuine. As fuck.
He's dope.
And not only that, dude, I don't know if he knows this or not, but he fucking overpaid a couple times, and that's why I gotta hook that dude up. Like that dude is, and he just, you know, he's just a real motherfucker, man. Like there's a handful of people that you can tell are just real motherfuckers without even having a one-on-one conversation. You could just tell.
Yeah.
You know, and that dude is that, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So VSA, where do we leave off? Oh, this is
2017.
Where we are now. Yeah. So 2017, and dude, honestly, like it's been a struggle for like, I would sell things every now and then, but it wasn't like a consistent thing. Like, you know, as expected, you know, you can't just start off thinking people are going to buy your shit.
You almost got to think in a 10-year term.
Yeah, and that's what Andy Frisella says, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he says he didn't make shit for 10 years.
Yeah. And that's how you got to have that mentality.
Dude, it wasn't until I dropped these fucking hats, this design, the support your friends while they're still here design, that my shit really started, like, popping off, you know? Right. Because people resonate with this design, you know? Like, everybody knows somebody that passed away. Yeah. You know, everybody has a homie, and everybody knows that you got to show love. Like, you give what you get, or you get what you give, you know?
Should we talk about that, though? Like, why is the closest people around you the least supportive?
Yeah.
And this might hurt feelings.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I know we talked about this before.
The closest people around me
but
are the ones that ask for free shit.
It's weird.
Yeah, or a discount. Weird. They ask for a discount. But it's the strangers that overpay. Yeah. You know, they're like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, I fuck with this dude so much, I'm going to give him twice as much.
Why is that?
I don't know, man.
Because they see you every day?
Yeah.
You know, like...
Well, because I'm trying to think, like, I've never been like that. I can't think of a time I've been like that. Maybe somebody portrays me like that. Like, man, this dude never supported me. But I can't think of a time where I was like that. Like, where I was trying to cop something for free. No. Maybe jokingly, like, dude, what's up with the discount, bro? Yeah. But I would never, especially now, like, knowing, like, how that feels when somebody hits you up for a discount, I would never do that to somebody, you know,
like if I'm gonna get a damn golf cart, I'm gonna go to the homie Andrew.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna go right across the highway where they sell them, even if it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I have supported people solely because they're my family, even though they never even have done anything for me my whole life. I was like, well, they're family, so I'm gonna help family.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's when you realize, like, oh, okay, well, that didn't work out, you know. But at least I tried, you know. I try to help family before anybody else.
Right.
I try to help friends before anybody else, you know, like, because, those are your people. You gotta...
It's like our cousin, he does tattoos. We don't go to him and like, yo, I haven't seen you in a long time, but can I get that family
Yeah, give
discount?
me that family discount, bro.
Never. We would never do anything like that.
No.
Our cousin just has to be super dope with the ink gun.
Yeah.
And he's well worth the damn price.
Yeah,
but
shout out to Ian.
I would never ask for a discount. Ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask for free tickets to Adam's shows,
Yeah.
like, let's pay full price.
Yeah.
Because he did that for us, bro. Remember, he came to a couple of our shows and he paid full price. Even though we wanted to hook him up. We're like, dude. He's like, nah, man, full price. Yeah, and he's not even into rap like that. Yeah. So, like,
that's why I respect that.
At least as far as I know, he's a heavy metal drummer, but
yeah.
he might be into some shit.
But I remember him even saying that we kind of opened his eyes to this genre of music a little bit. Yeah. Just like going to his show.
Nah, fuck that. We're going to keep going.
Just like going to his show. Like, I never really understood the heavy metal shit. Yeah. But when I went to the show, I'm like, oh,
It wasn't
okay.
until I went to his show that I was like, fuck yeah, I love this music now.
And it's important to like open your eyes to different genres of music, to different styles of art. Because I know I put myself in a box of hip hop. I'm such a hip hop head, man.
Yeah.
But it's important to grab inspiration from other genres.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah, don't be so narrow-minded.
It just makes you more interesting as a person too. To know about, let's just say about like brand new, all the way from Willie Nelson, Chris Stapleton, all the way to fucking, Kendrick, DMX. It's just.
Rough Riders. But no,
I used to fuck with DMX.
Dude, yeah. Especially, what was that movie he played in? Remember, it was or no, I don't even think he played in it. It was with Chris Rock.
No, he did play in it.
Did he? Yeah. And it was dude. Oh, heaven, something heaven.
Half Past Dead.
No,
are you sure?
That one was Corrupt. Wasn't that Corrupt? That.
Who played in Half Past Dead? I would actually
Which
like.
one?
There's a movie where Chris Rock played in.
Is that fucking Ja Rule?
Oh, Ja. No.
Past Dead features Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that's Ja Rule.
Yeah, Ja Rule.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about a movie, Chris Rock, and he dies, and he gets into this other dude's body. I think it's called, Heaven. Let me see. Down to Earth. Down to Earth. Down to Earth.
DMX plays in that?
No, but so in spoiler alert, Chris Rock's character dies and he becomes this fat white rich dude, and and so he still has that like his like he listens to rap music he still has a demeanor about him. So he's rolling down the street bumping Rough Riders, and like all the he's like standing on top of the car like going like that, and all the black dudes are like, what the fuck? So that's just what made me think of that. Well, that was a good fucking movie, man. I forgot all about that.
I'm still trying to find that DMX movie though. I know he played in a movie, bro.
Did he?
I know.
Dude, we can look that up.
Yeah, look that up.
DMX. Yeah, Half Past Dead was a fucking dope movie too.
Yeah.
Oh, Cradle to the Grave.
Cradle to the Grave.
Yes, sir. With Jet Li, I think that was. Yeah.
Speaking of Jet Li, man, I haven't seen any movies with
dude. What was the
him
movie?
or Jackie Chan?
The One.
Or anybody.
Remember The One? Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that was such a fire movie.
Which was ridiculous because at the end he's fucking fighting thousands and thousands of people,
like in hell, demons, right?
Yeah,
dude, that was a badass movie.
Yeah.
And it plays that one song, "Let the bodies hit the floor." Yeah, dude, that shit was hype, bro.
I still get hyped when I hear that song. Bro.
Yeah, dude, it is, bro. Like I seen a TikTok one time, or it was like a video on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok, but it was a TikTok video, and it was like this dude in the gas station. He was like trying to get it. He was like playing the song and he was trying to sync up with it to where it goes, ooh, wah, and he like missed it. I don't know. It's something you gotta watch, but it was fucking funny as shit. Because that song is hard to sync up with.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. I can't even do it.
It's hard to get that part. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Fuck. We're over an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, did we just burn out like this like that?
As soon as that alarm goes off, it's like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
I know. We got to think of a way to like. We need to have that set up like a timer up there because when that thing goes off, it like
throws you off.
Throws the flow.
I forgot
up.
what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah. So all right, we can go ahead and end it. But you got any questions? Last close out outros.
Damn, we should think of something though, real quick.
Well, I got one, bro. Like fear. So I kind of wanted to talk about fear in this podcast. but we could save it for next time. But is there anything that you fear? What do you fear? Not nothing physical like spiders or nothing like that, but like what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear.
Mm-hmm. Think about it.
Sometimes, dude, I put myself out there. You know?
How so?
Just being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, not just being who the fuck I am and letting that shine. It's kind of, it's just vulnerable. You know, even with this podcast, I get a little anxious sometimes.
Do you think it's bigger than putting yourself out there, being the fear that it's a fear of criticism?
Probably. Fear of how people view me.
Yeah.
You know? Because
yes.
I think everybody wants to be viewed a certain way.
Yeah.
But you can't control how people view
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Dude, I've had people call me a piece of shit. Like, kind of my whole life through cutting meat. Like, the older meat cutters would call me a piece of shit.
That you started to identify with it?
Yeah, and I would joke about being a piece of shit.
Yeah, maybe you deep down thought you were a piece of shit. And
then other people see me in a good light. Like my girlfriend, she thinks I'm the opposite of piece of shit, you know? She thinks I'm great. And sometimes I have trouble believing that. Even though deep down I know, like, I try to do the right thing, I feel like a lowlife a lot of times.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I feel that. I feel that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like that. And
what about you? What's something that you fear?
I fear getting old and looking back and realizing I didn't do shit with my life. You know, I didn't do shit. I wasted 80 years, 90 years.
Yeah.
And I want to die with having done more than I said.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, there's a thing, when it's all said and done, will you have said more than you done?
Yeah.
And I want to do more than I say I'm going to do. I don't want to be 80 and be like, man, I said I was going to do this. And now I'm 80 and now I can't do it. What the fuck? Because the thing about time is you can never get it back.
Right.
And the only thing about regret, though, like, I don't have any regrets, and I don't think I ever will, because the only thing about regrets is you can only regret in hindsight.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can't regret anything
in the future
beyond this, like, time, you know? So fuck regrets. But I want to live a life of experience, you know? Like, there's a lot of things I want to experience, and I want to at least try to experience it, you know? And there's some things that I'm not going to say on this podcast that I want to experience, and I've brought it up to people, and I've gotten in trouble for it, but...
Like a threesome?
I didn't say it. You said that.
Well, I do bring that up.
But no, like...
baby.
I think you got to be bold in what you want out of life, and fuck the consequences.
Yeah.
I would never betray anybody. Like, I'm loyal as fuck. I'm not gonna do anything sketchy. Like, I'm never gonna harm. Like, I don't want to.
You got good morals.
Yeah, I have good morals. I'm not gonna. Even if I want to experience something in my life, I'm never gonna hurt anybody along the way
to
doing
do it.
Yeah, not intentionally, never. So, So, like, I live a life of, like, I'm gonna try this, and I know the consequences might not be that great, but I'm going to put it out there, because you never know what you're going to get unless you ask. Yeah. You know? Well, and I'm willing to make compromises. Like, I don't know. Like, there's pros and cons with everything. Like, you have to be willing to give a little to get a little, you know? Like, that's just what it is. That's life. So that's my fear, is getting old and not living a life of experience.
Now, do you... See, that used to be a strong fear of mine when I was at a 9-to-5 that I hated. Mm-hmm. You know, ever since that was a fear of mine when I felt like I wasn't trying to reach my goals, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't really think about, like, not reaching my goals, because I feel like as long as every day I'm actively going after them, that's just not a fear of mine anymore so much. But it's good that you have that fear. It's good to have that fear.
Fear's good.
It makes you want to do everything that you possibly can
with my time,
with your time
that I have,
so you don't regret anything in the future like that.
Yeah, dude. Like
I fear death of like 5 people that are close to me, you know.
Dude, so
that's probably honestly my biggest fear.
Yeah, I have
and you know why that's so great to fear that is because it makes me want to be as best as I can to my mom,
dude, this
to
is
you,
the thing.
to Kayla, to Dad.
This is what I was actually thinking about. How do you show gratitude? And this is how I show gratitude is I picture people dying.
Yeah.
I picture, like, it sounds kind of dark, but it's the truth. Like, this is why when me and my girl fight, I make up 5 minutes later because, and she thinks I'm bipolar because of that, but I'm like, no, I picture you dying and me having the last thing I said being something fucked up. And that's what Mom always told us. She always taught us that you never know what the last thing you say to somebody could be.
Shout out to Mom. It's her birthday today.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
But this is coming out next week, so today, the 5th, September 5th. But yeah, man, like
man, let's talk about that though, cuz Mom, like, anytime we would leave a room, it would be like, I love you. You know, like, saying those words were so important. It comes second nature now.
Yeah.
And a lot of our girlfriend or past girlfriends, like, when we'd say that, it would be like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. Like, why do you got to say that every time we're on the phone, you know? It's just, we were conditioned to show love because it could be our last time seeing the person.
Yeah, but it's always genuine. Like, whenever I leave the house, I tell Mom and Dad, I say, all right, bye. I even tell the dogs, I'm like, bye, Bandit, love you. You know, because as soon as I walk out that door, I picture that. Like, I picture, like that's always a thought in my head. Like, they might not be here tomorrow.
Yeah. You should even say that to your homies. Like,
that's one thing I need to get better at. Is telling my friends I love them.
Show your appreciation, man.
Because I've never been good with that.
You don't know what you got till it's gone, man. And if you never lost somebody close to you, you don't know the pain, man. Yeah. It's a lot of pain that you'll carry for the rest of your life, and it'll cause you to be more grateful for every damn person in your life. Every person. Yeah. Even the people I don't like, I don't want our last words to be something like negative. You know?
Dude. There's people in my past.
Even if I don't agree with you today.
People from my past, dude, I have no ill will towards anybody. Like, dude, there's people in my life, like ex-girlfriends that have broken my heart, like tore my fucking heart out, that I hope find happiness. Yes. Like, I love seeing them being happy. Yes. Like, they're a lot of my exes are getting married, you know, and I'm like,
mine too.
Yeah,
mine too.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm so damn happy
for that.
Yeah, man, I'm like, I'm happy for them.
I would pray for that also, so they would get off my ass, man.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Fucking up my future girls.
But no, like,
man.
I have no ill will towards anybody. No. Like I never understood that when people like go on Facebook and trash talk each other, and like, I just never understood that because I have that mentality of like, this person is going to die someday, and I don't want to have been that person that hated on them from a distance, and now they're dead, and I'm like, fuck, man, why did I do that? Like, why did I say all these bad things about this person, and now they're gone forever? Like, you think, like, us humans, we think, our ego thinks this, that we're never going to die. It thinks we're going to live forever. Like, we're always going to be here. So fuck this person, fuck that person, fuck this person. When reality is, that's not true at all. Like, we're all temporarily here. And I think about that with myself. That's why, as of this year, dude, like, I have literally given so much less of a fuck because I know someday I'm going to die. Yep. And in the grand scheme of things, none of this shit matters. No, none of it matters. So it's like, why not? Like, fuck it. Like, let's do this. Let's do this life thing, and let's do it.
Like, we're gonna die. The biggest level.
Let's do it like we're gonna die. Let's do it like we're not gonna fucking be here anymore because one day we're not. And I know, and this is what I always say though. I say, me, you, and Kayla are gonna live long, prosperous lives. I say that every day, and I say, Mom and Dad are gonna be around long enough to see us live long, prosperous lives too. Because I know, and the reality of things, we're all gonna pass away. So but I manifest that, like, we're all gonna live long, prosperous lives, and I say that every single day because that's what I want. That's what I want for us. You know, like, I want us to be around until we don't want to see each other anymore. You know, like, man, I want to be old as fuck, being like, let's just die already.
Yeah,
damn,
I'm ready to go. Damn.
Yeah, like, that's how I want to go out, and that's how I think when people are old, like they made it because they made it through life's bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Like they made it through losing friends and diseases. Like, dude, you went through this and that, and you came out the other side still alive. Like I want to go when I'm ready to go, and that's how I'm gonna go.
In the meantime, though, I still want to be 80 and skating.
Yeah,
I
dude.
still want to be 80 and
look at
going
our
to the
Uncle
gym,
Bobby, bro. Like
riding Harleys.
dude, he's in his almost 90s or early 80s or whatever, and he's still going on California, riding his bike in California, like flying, like, dude, just doing dope shit.
Yeah, take care of yourself
still
now.
Probably fucking, and
You might have to pop a few Viagra.
Shout out to Viagra, but hey, like, dude, like that's the shit I'm trying to be at, man.
But,
like, just because age is just a number, bro. Like, you're only as old as you feel. So.
Yeah, but you don't want to. See, I personally don't want to be 80 and have to have someone change my fucking diapers. You know, so I can't stress this enough to stay healthy now, so you don't have to worry about that shit later.
Yeah.
Because if you're eating shitty, doing drugs, doing this, that, and the other, it's gonna catch up. It might not catch up to you right now, but it's gonna catch up.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be that old dude that's fucking miserable, hating the youth, still stuck in the same shit, and not literally stuck in your own shit.
Yeah.
You don't want that, you know. So it's good to take care of yourself and look at long-term views.
Yeah. And also back to fear, dude. Like, dude, we're so young. My mentality is this. I'm still so young that I could fuck up for the next 20 years and still be young.
Yeah.
At 46, be young as fuck still.
Well, Think and Grow Rich, that's your prime.
Yeah.
That's where most millionaires become rich.
That's when most people reach their prime, is in their 40s to 50s.
It doesn't have to be that way. I think we just all fuck.
But, dude, imagine if our
teenage and 20s, we fuck them up by partying and.
But that's the good thing about us and like our mentality is that imagine if 40 we peak and we're already got this head start at 20, 26, 27, you know? Dude, where are we going to be at when we're 40, bro? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no way I'm not going to have $1 million in my bank account. There's no way.
Well, the shit that, like, partying and shit does not interest me. Because I did that, dude.
Yeah.
I was over drinking, to be honest, at 20.
Yeah.
Like, I was partying every damn night.
Yeah.
And getting fucking hungover every morning, you know? And that shit gets old, you know?
Yeah.
You got to start, like, for me, I just want more out of life, man.
Yeah. Like,
I just want way more out of life.
Yeah, I feel like I partied enough in my teens, like 17, 18.
You can only get so much out of that. And it's still fun, you know? It's still fun to get drunk with your friends and shit.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But I don't live for that shit anymore, man.
Yeah.
I got a bigger purpose for myself, and I know it's attainable.
Yeah.
Like, if one person can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, if somebody can do it, you can do it.
There's no difference. That's how I always viewed life, you know.
Yeah. Let alone,
except for like Elon Musk, like I don't think I could do the shit he does. But
well, you got to look at people that look like you. Like, if somebody that looks like you can do it, then you can do it. Like, somebody that has tattoos can do it, then you can do it.
That's why I look at Owen Wilson. I'm like, dude, you're doing it, bro. The king of the crooked noses. You know,
hey, he did the damn thing, bro. He never got that shit fixed.
Yeah,
and he lived with that.
I fuck with that. Owen Wilson, the GOAT.
Yeah.
When it comes to the crooked noses, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, fuck it, man. Like, good things are coming, dude. That's what I always say. Good things are coming. Good things are happening.
Good things are happening for all you guys, man. You just gotta stay focused. Stay focused.
Yeah.
Even when doubt comes in, which it will, fucking push past through that.
Yeah.
Because most people quit once they start getting that doubt in. But just know that there's light on the other side.
Yes, sir. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day.
And I'm going through that now, you know. Dude, I wake up in a negative state of mind every day, second guessing myself. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. And I got to do whatever I got to do to get me out of that mindset, to be at a prosperous, to have a prosperous mindset. You know, for me, it's getting up and going working out, or reading something motivational, or you just got to find what works for you. Because I think we're all naturally kind of negative, kind of coming from a survival mindset, you know. You got to, like, it's hard to think in abundance, man. It's hard to think in abundance, especially when shit's not going your way.
Well, it's
But
because
so
society,
fucking
dude. Society always tells you that you're lacking. You
Yeah,
don't have enough
you're
of
not
this.
good
You don't have
enough.
enough.
Yeah.
You're not good enough. And we let society dictate how we feel about ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's the important part about like listening to your own truth and like undigging your shit out of your truth, you know, like, because I said, and I think I said it, maybe this is the first podcast, but I think we all have this universal truth inside of us, and society piles shit on top of shit on top of shit on top of our truth, and we forget where our truth is, and we forget about it, and we let the shit dictate how we feel about ourselves, and yeah, you just got to listen to your own truth. And
I literally
push
challenge
past the
everybody
bullshit.
to like just try focusing on yourself for 1 week. Don't go
mind
scrolling.
your business.
Yeah, don't go scrolling
Mind
through
your
Instagram looking at who's doing what, because
Yeah.
it's gonna prevent you from reaching your goals. As long as you compare yourself to another person,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be good for you because you're not them. You never experienced what they've been through.
Yeah.
You don't even know how they feel about themselves. You know, and
Yeah.
and that's what's working for me is not focusing on celebrities and the bullshit on Instagram, or even looking at comparing my likes to your page. Like, I don't
Yeah.
do that. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't do that. I just
Yeah.
focus 100% on myself,
Yeah.
as much as I can, you know?
Yeah, I try to put the blinders on, you know. I
Yeah.
try to get that tunnel vision going, and sometimes it creeps through, you know, the shit
Oh,
on the
yeah.
outside it creeps through, but you just got to get back to staying focused. Like, literally, dude, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he says this in his book, mind your business, and your business is whatever you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
like VSA, just mind that. Put your
Yeah.
mind to that, and don't fucking worry about the bullshit.
Yeah.
And also,
Don't
one
care
thing
about
I've
what
also
people
been
think
doing
about it.
is look at people who are doing what you want to do. What are they doing? They're not
Yeah.
talking about all this political bullshit that's going
Yeah.
on. So fuck that. I'm not going to talk about it either, because the shit that goes on these days, dude, the police brutality, the fucking unnecessary violence and shit, dude, it gets into my body like a fucking virus, dude, like the fucking Venom, like Spider-Man, dude. I turn into this fucking, I'm like, oh fuck, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna post this, fuck them, and I know this person feels this way, so hopefully they see it,
Yeah.
and fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, man. Like, that shit takes away your energy, and it's unnecessary. Like, there's other people out there that are gonna post that shit and do that shit. Let them do that, but mind your own business. That's
Yeah.
my mentality of lately. Because
Yeah, it's going to cause
takes
you
too
to
much
judge and
unnecessary-
criticize people and have negative
Yeah,
energy to
takes
the...
too much unnecessary energy, man,
Yeah.
and it just causes unnecessary tension and all this shit. I mean, I always keep it in the back of my mind, like, okay, I see that you see the world like this, so okay, that's how it is. But I'm not gonna argue with you on Facebook, dude.
No.
Like, fuck that. Like, when you argue with somebody, you only allow them to reaffirm what they think.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go harder in their defense.
Yeah.
So fuck all that. Like, it's a waste of time,
Yeah.
especially on Facebook. I just started unfollowing people, man. Anybody that posts anything negative at all to me, I unfollow them. I don't unfriend them. I just unfollow them.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, it's almost to the point because I don't want to, because I'm bad about that too. If they're so supportive on one side, it makes me judge them a little bit, you know, and kind of want to distance myself from that kind of person. And
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that, you
no,
know.
I want to love everybody.
Yeah, I want to love everybody. I don't want your view on Trump or this and that to affect our relationship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Because
why
people are more than what they think they are.
Yeah,
And we talked about this last
most
last
people are
podcast,
fucking
but-
brainwashed. They don't even
Yeah.
probably understand why they vote for Trump. Probably because their dad votes.
Yeah. Or like
supports 'em or
religion,
whatever.
bro. Like, that's how we it's important to question yourself. Like, if you want to be a better person, question yourself. Question why you do the things you do.
Yeah.
Like, dude, with religion, like, our whole life we were told we were Christian. We were told we were Christian. We never found religion. It found us, but like, it was forced upon us.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to 90% of people. And then they never question why they're like this. And even on a broader scale, that's how racism is. Like,
Yeah.
it's passed down because you don't fucking take the time to think about why you think the way you think.
Yeah.
You just allow somebody else to think for you, and now you're one of their puppets.
Yeah.
Because you don't think for yourself. And that's what I started doing. And we both started doing, dude. And I remember one time we were drinking Starbucks outside of Walmart, and we were like both having a panic attack because we're like, felt so lost because we started questioning Christianity.
Religion,
We started questioning religion and like.
And then Christians put fear into you.
Yeah, like you're going to hell.
Right,
You ready
you're
to
gonna go to
burn
hell.
for
Yeah.
eternity, bro? Like,
oh,
fuck that, dude. Like,
you know.
so it's important to question yourself and like don't do what you don't feel in your heart and like fucking just ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Just narrow it down to why, and then if it still resonates with you, keep doing what you're doing. But if it doesn't resonate with you anymore, fix it. Like think about other ways of doing shit because there's multiple ways, and you don't have to be told what to do.
Yeah, if crystals work for you, don't let a Christian say that is Satan's work or whatever the fuck the bullshit they say.
Like
if it works for you, that's your calling.
Because
that's
that's what
truth.
religion is anyway. It's just a guide on how to be a better person.
Yeah.
And some people take advantage of it and they want to dictate who's going to burn in hell and who's not.
Yeah,
and
they try to play
I don't
God.
think that's true Christianity anyway.
No.
I think that's just your ego, and you're allowing ego, and ego is not spiritual.
And matter of fact, you're pushing people away from your
that's
religion
what pushed me
by
away,
doing
dude.
that. Yeah,
That's
it's
what
the
pushed me
hate.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that doesn't make sense to me. So why would I want to follow that kind of religion, you know?
Yeah. So question yourself. Like that's what we could end it on. Is like fucking if you're listening to this, question why you do what you do. Every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
Question it. Why do you go to the gym? Okay, because of this. Why do you think you're a Christian? Okay, because of this.
Why do you eat those Doritos?
Why do you worship Satan? Question that. You know, like whatever you do, question that shit.
That'll be your guide for real.
Yeah.
It'll keep you. It'll
expose your
honestly
truth.
asking those questions. That's how you can find your purpose.
Yeah, and I do it with everything, man. Like I literally, why am I insecure? Why?
Do things with purpose.
Why
Yeah.
am I insecure? What the fuck? Why does this person make me feel insecure? They're just another human being.
Yeah. If you don't question yourself, you will never know yourself.
Yeah, you'll never grow. You'll never evolve. Like, that's why electricity was invented. That's why things are invented, because we question, why are we living in the dark when we could see, like, there's light outside, so why are we still in the dark? Get in the light.
Yeah.
Go to the light.
Let's end it on that. Episode 3 done. Here and Now podcast with Brandon and Joe.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned for next Saturday. Or
follow us on. We got
Friday.
our Instagram going now. HNBJ Podcast on Instagram. Follow that, and eventually we came up with the idea we're gonna start doing live Instagram live. So
so next week we'll go live.
Follow us, and next week we'll go live.
Ask us questions. You know, it'll be really cool.
Whether it's one person watching, 20 people watching, whatever. So make sure you follow us on Instagram and watch us live next time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dang, we went over, but fuck it, dude. We're putting the whole thing out.